Morning, this is Brian. Today is Tuesday, July 11th, 2023, and I'm back in one of my favorite canyon spots. This is Ruffin Canyon here in Serra Mesa, neighborhood of San Diego. I'm here starting off this trail in this little native plant garden. It's my first outing in a few weeks. It's been a long few weeks since I've been out on the trail. It's been a long few weeks since I've been out here on trail. Last week I was stuck in jury duty, which happened on one of my days off, of course. Had to be that way. So kind of affected by hiking. But, and the week before, I just wasn't feeling it. So, it's 2 weeks in a row. But I'm back. So we'll see what kind of treasures I'll find today. Yeah, I've been to this canyon before, but I've never been along this side of the trail here. This beautiful laurel sumac right here, it's getting ready to bloom. Guess this trail doesn't go any further than this, does it? Never been over here before. I'm always on the other side by the school. Oh, there's a lot of Chuck Dudleya down there. Man, this would be really. Oh yeah. Oh, this is actually a trail. It's a little gully. See if I can get to the end of this before it crops out in a big washout over here. Looks like this might be a channel drainage or something. Wow, look at that big, beautiful Indian fig cactus right there. That's definitely not a native prickly pear right there. Yeah, all these plants here with the little white things sticking out, those are all Chuck Dudleyas. Hoping to get into a spotlight video on one of those. Hopefully today, probably in this canyon. But if that doesn't work out, there are other spots I can go visit. Alright, I'm going to go back to the other side. Alright, so I'm back to the main trail here. This is a little native plant garden here. A lot of tarweed here. This is usually a pretty common fixture during the early summer months. You see that a lot around here, especially in these open areas. There's one thing that this canyon has a lot. One thing that grows a lot in this canyon, surprisingly a lot, is this hollyleaf cherry here. And there's some really good specimens of it. So I'm really hoping to get a spotlight video on hollyleaf cherry today. I did a pre-spotlight video the last hike when I was out in I was actually up at Cleveland National Forest. And that was at 6,000 feet above sea level. Did a pre-spotlight on some hollyleaf cherries that were blooming. But hopefully today I can get the official full-blown spotlight video going, because these cherries are fruiting now. So we'll see how that works out. It's very warm today. We're at the cusp of our first major heat wave of the summer. at least for some areas. I don't know how bad it's going to be in my neck of the woods. I live up in Santee, so it's definitely going to be warmer than here, that's for sure. But definitely in the 90s where I live, which isn't extremely, depending on how far in the 90s we get, it's not extremely far beyond what happens in summer. But I know the mountains and deserts are going to be blistering hot, even in the mountains. It's supposed to be near 100 degrees around Lake Cuyamaca late this week, early next week. So, and that's at 4,650 feet above sea level. So it's going to be a pretty serious heat event. But here we are, beautiful views in this canyon here. Always liked this canyon. I always thought this canyon was really cool. This is only the third time I've been here, and I actually haven't been here since moving to San Diego County. Come here a couple times when I lived up in OC. So this is my first time here since 2021. Did a whole video. That's when I still divided my videos into parts. So this one should be all wrapped together. See some other possible spotlight opportunities as well, so keeping my eyes to that. So we keep going down this and we'll see what comes up next. So here we are. We're just below William H. Taft Middle School. Now, get some good views here. Beautiful mesa tops here. Beautiful coastal sage scrub. Still has a little bit of life in it after it's been dry for a good few months already. But you can see how steep some of these canyon walls are once you get into the deeper portions of the canyon. So we're about ready to hit a switchback portion that's going to take us through a grove of lemonade sumac, or lemonade berry. And one thing this canyon has is this rare California fishhook cactus right here, Mammillaria dioica. I did a spotlight video on that one back in March. Rancho Mission Canyon has a lot of those too. A couple areas where that plant grows rampant. It's something I very rarely encounter. So now we're getting ready to head down into this tunnel of lemonade berry, or lemonade sumac. It's actually one of the neatest portions of this hike. So if you're here on a warm summer day, like today, this will be a nice little patch of shade that you can enjoy while you're descending or ascending out of this canyon. So this is where it's going to get nice and shady for a few minutes. A couple switchbacks going down this canyon here. Just duck, just watch your head. I'm not a very tall guy, so it's not as hard, but for people who are 6 feet and taller, might have to duck down a few times. But just how beautiful this little shady oasis is right here. Almost a pure stand of lemonade berry, Rus integrifolia, or lemonade sumac. There's a toyon in here though. That's the trunk of a toyon right there, so I guess there's a little mixed bag here and there. But I've always loved this part right here. I've always loved this section. Love the beautiful lemonade sumacs down here. Because when you're hiking uphill in the heat of the day, back out, this will give you a little respite, a little bit of shade. So, elderberry seedling. Pretty cool. I don't really usually see those. Not that small. There's our next switchback down there, so you know it's going to be shady for a couple minutes. So take your time and enjoy this, because sometimes it's steep and sometimes there's a big woody root across the trail occasionally, so just watch your step too, so you don't trip over a lemonade sumac root. Otherwise, this shady wooded glen right here is really cool. Of course, there are some people who try to cut the switchback. Come on, really? Switchbacks aren't that long. Look at that wood. Look at that heartwood. Wow. Branch must have broken off. Okay, this is where there's a really low bridge here. Just careful. Ooh. Always like this one here. Big root burl right there. All right. So this way goes towards another section, but I remember one time I went that way, it was overgrown. This way will take you to the main wide wash area at the bottom of the canyon, which the wash itself is basically the trail. One cool thing about going this way, you'll see some San Diego mountain mahogany, some very large specimens right here. Cercocarpus minuta floris. Beautiful large shrubs. And we got toyons in bloom. Honeybees are loving it. So am I. But yeah, Cercocarpus minuta floris and Heteromeles arbutifolia. This is where I did my spotlight on the San Diego mountain mahogany, which makes these really large thickets. And yes, lots of hollyleaf cherry in this canyon, so be prepared. If you're a big fan of hollyleaf cherry, like I am, pretty much a fan of everything. If you watch enough of my videos, you'll know that. I'm a fan of everything. We'll be seeing quite a few of those today. So, let's enjoy this beautiful trail as it walks along this really thickly vegetated slope of Rus integrifolia, the lemonade berry. So again, if you hear me say lemonade sumac or lemonade berry, it's the same thing. A lot of you who watched several of my videos, especially in lowland canyons, already know that I do love the term lemonade sumac. I tend to prefer that one. But this is where they get to some very magnificent sizes. Not only that, the broom baccharis over here too gets a very large size. Baccharis sarothorides, and then we got Baccharis salicifolia, the mule fat, which when you get in these deep canyons can reach some pretty large, impressive sizes as well. All right, well, I'm gonna keep on moving on, and gonna have to switch out some batteries pretty soon. So we'll see you further down the way. Notice that there's some differences in this canyon than the last time I was here. They cut down the big Washingtonia robusta, the Mexican fan palms that were growing in here. They cut them all down, basically. I don't see any right now. There used to be a palm oasis over here. But I do see a lot of non-native trees still growing in here. But they cut all the fan palms out. Looks like they're trying to restore native vegetation here. But I still see a gang of non-native trees and stuff growing in here. So, if they only singled out the palms, I don't know. I mean, I see a tuckaroo or carrotwood tree right there. Campaniapsis anacardioides. That's native to Australia. And over here, that's a chamelash native to Central America. Fraxinus udi. Well, still a lot of non-native stuff growing here. I wonder why they singled out the palms. If we're gonna have non-native stuff growing here, the palms are actually the palms are, they do usurp a lot of the water and resources, but they also do provide a lot of edible fruit for the native birds. Birds love them, and they actually do provide good wildlife habitat. And there's still water down there too. I know I'm very much a fan of our native habitat, but I'm also not going to lie, I kind of like those really tall, beautiful fan palms. Still a lot of pepper tree down here too. There's a lot of non-native stuff, so that's kind of interesting. Oh, there are some pretty big toyons in this canyon too. Most of them are thicker down in the thickness down there. Here's another beautiful old lemonade sumac right here. Nice old specimen. I love the architecture of these shrubs. That's why I point them out so much. All right. Well, let's see. There's another carrotwood tree right there. Those are the type you see a lot of times in parking lots. Shade trees, dark green foliage. There was even an olive tree. I never noticed the first 2 times. Well, I didn't go this far the first time, but the second time I did. All right, well, time to keep moving on. I was telling you, once you get down to the thick of the canyon, you get some pretty decent sized toyons here. Here's a really nice sized one right here. How beautiful this toyon is. How gorgeous. Blooming. Basically, it's nearing its full bloom already. That's what I love about this canyon. You get some pretty nice sized specimens of our chaparral, woodland, and sage scrub biomes. I mean, I don't think we have any true chaparral in this canyon, but toyon also belongs to the coastal sage scrub and woodland communities as well. And yeah, the toyons reach some pretty impressive sizes here. This is probably about, I'd probably say close to 20 feet tall. It's got very large trunks in here. Actually, this is a very large one. Very impressive specimens here. And of course, again, we got a lot of like I said, we got a lot of hollyleaf cherry. So if you like that, like I do, you'll definitely love this canyon because there's a lot of hollyleaf cherry, and they get larger too. Once you get further down canyon into the wash area, some of them get quite large. Again, lemonade sumac's another one that gets very large and very tall. And here's another big toyon right here. It's just for some reason I'm kind of shocked at how big these were, even though I've been here before. But we're about to enter the main wash area, so we should be getting into some bottomland habitat. And of course, wherever you got washes and water sources, arroyo willows is definitely a constant factor. Beautiful Salix lasiolipus. And some nice blue elder, Sambucus nigra cerulea. It's already starting to fruit, so very beautiful. This is an older one too. This is a pretty decent, it's got a decent sized trunk on it. All right. Well, I guess keep on plugging away at this, and I'm starting to see some big hollyleaf cherry on that side. That one's almost the size of a tree. That's really impressive. Okay, well, more coming up. Ooh, yeah, there's still water down here. This is the first time I've ever seen water here in Ruffin Canyon. The last 2 times I came here was during drought years. There's even mosquito fish in there. I see some mosquito fish swimming around. Yeah. We still got some water left here. That's pretty cool. So I actually got to cross a little bit of water here. So let's see here. Oh boy. There we go. So I know last video I pointed out a lot of the same stuff, but that video was almost 2 years ago. So, point it out again. We're talking about non-native trees in this canyon. Got silk oak right here, Grevillea robusta. It's not a true oak. It's a member of the Grevillea protea family, the Proteaceae, from Australia. This tree is gone to seed now, so it's no longer flowering. And then there's Chamelash over there, Fraxinus udi. Pretty interesting. It's cool, there's still water down here. This is the first time I've ever seen water down here. Or at least by the wash. I've seen it a little bit over where those tall palms used to grow. I've seen that, but not this close to the walking area, which is pretty cool. All right, onward and outward, still exploring this cool canyon. All right, so I'm here at the bottom. Last time I went this way, now I'm gonna go up this way. I'm gonna head south-ish, southeast right now. I don't remember going up this portion here. Let's see what kind of cool things I can find going up here. This could be very interesting. Yeah, I don't remember going this way the last time. I think I stayed at the bottom. Yeah, headed relatively straight, but I made a left turn here, this junction. I'm going to see where this leads. Very impressive lemonade sumacs here. These are very large, very tall, very lush. Yeah, they really love these north-facing slopes. Very impressive stands of it here. There's laurel sumac too in the mix. Probably should have done this earlier in the morning. It's very warm out today. Very beautiful out here, though. I'm glad I went out today. So I'm wondering where this is going to lead. Wow, yeah. This is gorgeous over here. Lemonade sumac is really thick over here. Occasionally pockmarked by a beautiful laurel sumac. Keep you posted if I find anything else. This is gorgeous over here. Yeah, kind of what I was suspecting. This is probably leading me towards a residential trailhead. interesting. Church over there. Wow. Oh, it smells good over here. Copious black sage around here. The end of this and I'll take a look. Here's the end right here. Not sure what street this is. I'll look it up, of course. How do you get a shade here? Hot as heck out here. Look at this big toy on. It's like a toy on tree. Look at this. It's a big one. Whew, wow. Very beautiful toy on. That's a big one. Wow. Here's a very tall laurel sumac right here. Look at this laurel sumac. Dang. Here's a non-native right here. This is Myoporum lightum. This will probably have a little more space for some shade over here. Ooh. Cook Island pine, Araucaria columnaris. Not a true pine, but it is a conifer. Pretty sweaty climb up here. Not because it's steep, it's just hot as heck. I think I'm going to go dip into my liquid. Get something to drink. Alright, I'll catch you on the way down. Alright, so I'm heading back down. Just enjoying the really steep walls of the north rim of the canyon. It's very steep and sort of cool these mesa canyons are. Very tempted to go to the mountains one last time before the really big heat kicks in, but yeah. It's already getting too warm. Really. Figure, you know what? Maybe this will be another summer just like last year of mostly coastal canyon hikes. And there are plenty more that I've never been to. And parts of ones I've been to that I haven't explored, so there's still time to explore more stuff. I just think this area is absolutely stupendous. Yeah, this trail right here, leading up to the residential area, especially lower down here, huge sumacs everywhere, and some big toyons here and there too. They're just really created a nice wooded atmosphere. Yeah, it's really neat. Looks like celery run on the side of the trail. This must be a drainage canyon. This is a little mini drainage canyon. Drains into Ruffin. There's some lush stuff, even some cattails on this side of the trail. Here's a nice big lemonade sumac here. All right, well, we'll keep heading back down in and we'll see where we're at in the next chapter of this adventure. Okay, back at the junction. So just went up this way. So now, here's the junction. This is where I came from originally. This will lead you back up towards Taft Middle School, Gramercy Road, and Ruffin Road intersection. So this is what I did the previous time I was here, is go down this way. So continuing straight, I'll take you along the canyon bottom. Definitely very warm today. Oop, spiny redberry, Rhamnus crocea. There's a fair amount of that in this canyon too. Okay, what we got coming up now is a pretty tall blue elderberry. Very tall one. Pretty decent sized one. Wow, yeah, it's got some pretty nice height to it. These are pretty short usually. Pretty nice one. You can see all the algae that persisted from when the water was here. Still a little trickle of it here and there. Just watch out, it might get slippery. Just watch your step. All right. All right. Keep on going for a little bit more and see what else we can find. Yeah, I remember this tree from the last time I was here. A little Italian stone pine. Pinus pinea. Got established down here. Cool. Pretty interesting. All right. Let's see what else. All right. So now we got salt heliotrope here too. remember that from the first time I went down this way. This guy here, Heliotropium Perissavicum variety oculatum. And you come across that one sometimes, especially near the coast and also in canyon bottom areas. Sometimes you'll see them along these rocky washes. Pretty neat. We've got a Chinese elm tree. Remember that from the last time too, coming up. First, here's a plant I've spotlighted in this canyon as well. This is California fuchsia, right here. Epilobium conum subspecies conum. These things bloom from summer, sometimes well into fall here in the lower elevations. Then there's another subspecies, Latifolium, which I haven't spotlighted yet, which is higher up in the mountains. Is elm tree growing over the trail now? This thing looks bigger than I remember it being. Looks like it's overgrown the trail a little bit. So this little bypass here. Yeah, almost parvifolia. Not native here, but it grows very well in this climate. I don't know if there's one or if there's another tree in here with it. So yeah, nice little shady stop right here. It's getting warm. Probably not that far away from my turnaround point. I'm starting to get very hot. Beautiful canyon, but look at this. Beautiful. Chinese elm. Almost parvifolia, native to China and Asia. Very nice looking tree. All right, we'll see what happens on the next clip. Going a little further. Gonna turn around pretty soon. Start heading back. Very warm out here. And I'm kind of tired after a long week. But I'm gonna turn around at this cottonwood tree. I feature that on my last Ruffin Canyon video. Let's see. Remember this little guy? Remember this little guy right here? Cottonwood tree is going to basically be my turnaround point. Trying to look for a hollyleaf cherry to spotlight today, and most of the big ones, there are a couple big ones near the trail, a couple of bigger ones near this trail bottom here, but a lot of them don't have fruit on them. So might have to go from specimen to specimen, because there are some that do have fruit on them. Here's a nice little oasis right under this Populus fremontii, subspecies fremontii. Yeah, with the sun being as warm as it is, very energy sapping walk here on these cobblestones. Yeah, nice little Fremont cottonwood. Beautiful tree. This will probably be my turnaround point here. I do see a lot of, there is quite a bit of hollow-leaf cherry in this canyon. And like I said, from very large specimens. A couple of large ones near the trail. But they don't really have fruit on them. Most of the stuff further in the canyon, also some larger ones there, I suspect that they have fruit on them from what it looks like. But not that much further, there's going to be a trail that branches off to your right. It's going to lead up towards another neighborhood. That could be another hike for another time when it's a little cooler or earlier in the day. And keep going this way, it'll lead to another neighborhood at the base of the canyon. I'm just trying to enjoy some shade for a few minutes. Under the trembling leaves of this beautiful Fremont cottonwood. So I think this is going to be my turnaround for today. I think I still have a little ways to go towards the end of it. I know there's a dog park up there. Well, actually, I think maybe I'll go for it because I'm not that far from it, so I may as well go the length of it. All right, may as well go for it. I'm here. It's not that much further, so I'll just go for it and I'll see you at the end. All right, so I'm nearing the southern terminus. I think if I remember correctly, there's a dog park up there. Nice, beautiful Gooding's black willow right here. Salix Goodingi. Very beautiful tree. Providing a very welcome ounce of shade on this mostly shadeless walk here. Ruffin Canyon. Another beautiful willow right here too. Just about to reach the street in a short minute or two. Definitely not going to film as much on the way back unless it's some wildlife or something. And then spotlight videos, but that'll be a different video, obviously. Ooh, Pride of Madeira. Echium canicans, not native. Go for this willow thicket. It's very beautiful here. Very nice. Again, more willows. We've got a royal willow here. Salix lasiolipus. Coming in thick over here. Now we're going to get a little overgrown. This track's overgrown over here. And we're just about at the street. Once we get over this here, this little hillock, I see pavement up ahead. I always forget the name of this one. Here it is. This little paved road right here. Thus marking the turnaround point. Now, glad I went the whole way. Need a little extra exercise. Now I need something cold to drink. Enjoy it in the shade of this beautiful arroyo willow here. Pretty nice size one. Beautiful Salix lasiolipus. Here's that Pride of Madeira again, the Echium canicans. That's the bark of it. Very rough and furrowed. All right, I think it's time for a break before I start heading back. Alright, so into my return leg. This is the way I came. I think there's a trail that's supposed to go up this canyon here. I'm not going to take it today. See, I came from that side. This fork's over here. So I'll be going back on the right. But here on the left fork, there's this trail here. Trying to see if this is where the access is to the other side. Just in case I want to visit it another time. I remember that little cottonwood there too. So this will actually lead me back too, because the wash kind of looks like the trail kind of splits off a little bit. So I remember there's another cottonwood over here. This should take me back too. I don't see any trail leading from here though, not yet. That's interesting. I could have sworn there was a trail that was in here somewhere. It went up that, I think it was supposed to be this canyon here, this side canyon. I didn't see anything either. So we're kind of paralleling the wash trail I took on the way to the end. I think this is just going to meet up with it in a minute. Yeah, you can see it right here. Yeah. Now we're back in the main wash trail. Okay. All right. Let's see what else I find. All right. So most of the way back, I just got to do that uphill climb. At least it'll be partially shaded. It's gotten pretty hot out here, I ain't gonna lie. Still got San Diego bush sunflower blooming. Biops laciniata. So here we go. Up the hill again. Alright. To this little grove of lemonade sumacs. I'm so glad it's shady right now. All right. Oh boy, it is hot outside today. Should have done this earlier, much earlier. All right. So I'm gonna go through the switchbacks. All right. I have one more final wrap up for you before I say goodbye. So I'll see you up there. All right, I'm on my last few steps. Here's Taft Middle School. This hot weather really did me in. It's really gotten hot over the last hour. All right. Here it is. It's the end of the trail. This is it for me. Whew, it's scorching out here. Those bugs are really buzzing today. Thanks for watching. Hopefully next week will be something else. Pretty fun. See you next time.